Putting out fires? Oh yeah. It's chaos.
Frantically thumbing your way through.
Did my thumbs look frantic?
Well, compared to my thumbs.
Oh, dude, I bet you touch your phone with this finger? Wow.
But really, I can't get like 6 letters at once.
Oh, I see, yeah. You got too large of an ictus.
Ictus, huh? I don't have a
Ictus, huh?
thumb ictus.
You are so good at sharpening pencils. Why not go to work on your thumbs, James? Yeah. Oh, wow. It's getting into the end of Fred's eBay auction. Look at him. He really wants to get this fucking... Mint.
It's like 2 pounds.
2 pounds of mints. It's just a big bag of mints. Yeah. 23 seconds left. 22 seconds left. Bid on something on eBay?
Yeah, like that. It's going down like that.
I guess so, yeah. Not so much lately, but there've been a couple.
Buy it now. Make an offer.
It's exciting to have an auction going now.
Okay, let's do it.
Good morning. How are you? I promise we're going to start the service right now.
Aloha, everybody. I'm Faith Rivera, and I'm just so happy to be here with you, Unity Church of Overland Park. How you feeling this Sunday morning? Hearts are full. Well, whether or not you're ready, whether or not you had your coffee, we're going to do Let It Out. So I'm going to invite all of you to follow my friend here, Lucy Lynch, and the other guys here, and sing Let It Out with me, okay? Here we go. I have been me, bitter, partly abused, more life than I've lived, more strength than I've known. I have Oh, well, let me hear you. Yeah. Oh, well, let it up, turn it loose, turn it on. Come on and bring it on. Let it shine, let it soar, be brighter than before. Dance and sing, do your thing. Come on and bring it on and on and on. Let it up, turn it loose, turn it on. Come on and bring it on. Let it shine, let it soar, be brighter than before. Dance and sing, do my thing. Come on and bring it on and on and on. Let it out, oh well, let it out, oh well, let it out, oh well, on and on and on, let it out, let it out, on and on and on, let it out, on and on, big fish, let it out. Woo-hoo. You guys did good.
And if you're not standing already, stand up. We're going to sing This Little Light of Mine, right?
Okay, yes. And I'm sure you're allowed, because this is Jackie's home church, that you can even dance out of your aisles. Oops. But not onto your clothes. Okay. Okay. Kind of funky. Give me the time. 1, 2, 3. This little light of mine. What are you doing?
I'm gonna let it shine.
Yes, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, I love that shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Oh, let it. It's a little different. Shine, shine. Everybody sing it. Just do shine. Shine, shine. You know you want to. Shine, shine. Hey, all around the world. Shine, shine. Yeah. Everywhere I go. Tell your neighbor, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. Yes. Everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine. This feels good. You should try that. Everywhere I go. Said I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Oh, let it. Choreography. Shine, shine. Everybody sing. Shine, shine. You know you want to. Shine, shine. Hey, all around the world. Shine, shine. Repeat after me. When there's light in the soul. When there's light in the soul. There is beauty in the person.
There is beauty in the person.
When there's beauty in the person.
When there's beauty in the person.
There is harmony in the home.
There is harmony in the home.
Oh, when there's harmony in the home.
When there's honor in the home.
There is honor in the nation.
There is honor in the nation.
When there's honor in the nation.
There's honor in the nation.
There is peace in the world. No more living in fear. Say no more. We're gonna let it shine. Yeah, no more living in fear. No way. Said I'm gonna let it shine, shine. No more living in fear. No way. Said we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. No, let it. Come on. Shine, shine. Everybody sing it. Shine, shine. You know you want to. Shine, shine. Hey, all around the world. Shine, shine. Oh, my brothers and sisters, yes. Shine, shine. Shine your lamp for the world. Shine, shine. Be bright, be bold. Shine, shine. Oh, you know you want to. Shine, shine your light for the world. Woo! All right.
And we're just getting started, right?
I'm sweating, but yes. Yes, we are. Spirit's moving.
Coming together.
Yes,
One.
okay. All right, here we go. You're gonna repeat after me, okay? I got love, I got peace, I got joy, flowing like a river. Good. I got love, I got peace, I got joy, flowing like a river. One heart, one mind, one love, flowing like a river. I got hope, I got strength, I got faith to move every mountain. I got hope, I got strength, I got faith to move every mountain. One heart, one mind, one love to move every mountain. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. Yes, with this move. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. You know we're coming together. You see, coming together. We're coming together. Coming together. Oh, we're coming together. Coming together. Yeah, we're coming together. Coming together. Oh, one heart, one mind, one love coming together. Let's hear you. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. I got you, I got me, I got us coming together. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. You know we're coming together. Hey, we're coming together.
We're coming together.
Oh, we're coming together. You know we're coming together. Coming together. Oh, one heart, one mind, one love coming together. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. Big finish. One heart, one mind, one love coming together. Come on. Hey, hey, hey.
Faith Rivera.
Good morning, Unity Church of
I don't know.
Overland Park. Welcome to your awakening. How about that?
I'm up. I'm awake.
You
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Welcome to all of you in the house and those who have tuned in via Facebook or YouTube right now with us, or in the future. We call all of us in together. One heart, one mind, one love. I am
Coming
Reverend Jacquie
together.
Fernandez. My great pleasure to be your senior minister.
And it's mine to be your associate minister. I'm Reverend Eileen Stulak.
We got a hot day planned today.
Ooh, I feel like I've lived 3 days already.
Right?
This has been fabulous.
Like we just
you know?
getting started.
I know.
We are just getting started. How about Faith Rivera? Where'd she go? Faith Rivera, aloha! We've got Reverend Fred Albers in the band. And as always, so many who help make our Sunday services happen. Those who help set up the tech team, our prayer chaplains. Are we okay? So they're saying they need more volume. I can't find Rick. Okay. All right. I'm projecting. So,
And I'll talk really loud too.
Okay.
All right? We
so
got it.
I would like to invite up, we also have with us today licensed Unity teacher June Dillinger. Come on up, June. Let me get her a mic. Let me hand her this mic. Here we go. Will you share with us briefly about this beautiful sign you have and your workshop?
Well, aloha. Good morning, everyone. My goodness. I must first say the attire today is
Right up here.
There you go.
everyone. We'll start this again. Your attire is so welcoming and homecoming for me. Thank you so much for being here this morning. My name is June Dillinger, and I'm a licensed Unity teacher from Honolulu, from Unity Church of Hawaii and Unity Windward. And thanks to Faith Rivera inviting me to join you, and Reverend Jacquie, who I was on a radio interview with not long ago. Here I stand in Unity of Overland Park in Missouri, of all places.
Kansas. We're Kansas.
Oh, gosh darn it.
We're Kansas.
Kansas. Look, I don't even know what the Chiefs are, so forgive me.
We are home of the Chiefs.
I mean the Steelers.
Oh, no.
Forgive me.
No, man. Ignore that.
I'm making all kinds of trouble up here. Heart cards. Heart cards. We have an event at 11:45 afterwards in the room next door. If you're not able to attend, just pick up a deck of cards. These were created in Unity, and I have the honor of being a facilitator of the cards. They have beautiful affirmations, and the experience that you will have is about an hour and a half, and it will be all about you. It'll be a reading and a calling from your own heart with some fun friends and family, where you'll have some lighthearted chuckles, you'll have some deepening moments, and your spirit will be lifted like you never imagined. So I would encourage you to come and join us. My partner Jerome Berlinger is here, and Lucy Lynch, who you saw on the platform earlier, will be singing, and it's going to be a wonderful moment. So thank you, Reverend Jacquie. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, June. Thank you, June, so much for being here. And I got to bring my sister Faith up, because today, on the way in, I realized, thank you, Facebook, for the memories. Today, on this very day, 10 years ago, I was accepted into a ministerial school. Back when I sent you a letter. And on this day, 10 years ago, Faith Rivera was the recipient of the Grace Note Award with Empower Music Festival. And we were both at Unity Village.
Truth is, she said I was a hot mess. I was in the bathroom, so she felt she could come talk to me.
That is true. She had her suitcase open in the lobby, and stuff was falling everywhere. And we ended up in the bathroom at the same time. And I was, it's Faith Rivera. It's Faith Rivera. It's Faith Rivera. And I'm like, suitcase mess everywhere. Where hey, girl, hey. And you know, that night, when I shared the letter with you, you said to me, sister.
Yes, my tags are showing.
Oh, hide the tags. You said, sister, this was really, this was a moment.
It was.
It was a moment. You looked me in the eye and you said, I am a blanket yes. With whatever you do in ministry, I am a blanket yes. 10 years ago today, and here we are. And we've had so many adventures since then.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
It's so on purpose.
Yeah.
As each of you that are here, and everything that's unfolding with this center is so on this band. I mean, my heart is just, I feel so much love and excitement for whatever else you're gonna bring. I'll be there.
Yes.
I'll come back from Hawaii.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a joy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy I can be a part of your journey.
And so, you know, that night you added for me a song to your
Don't
set
do this
list.
to me.
You added Holy Now because I shared with you that I had been listening to you sing Holy Now. So there was a time when I thought Faith Rivera was a tall blonde.
Yeah.
And it's because I was, right, exactly. I worked up at Unity of Kansas City North, and in the sound booth there was a CD case with a blonde woman on the front, a tall blonde woman, and inside, Faith's CD. What did I know? I didn't read the cover. I just played the CD, and I'm like, it's Faith Rivera. So someone showed me the YouTube of you singing Holy Now. First of all, not tall blonde, woman of color, fierce, and it was you singing Holy Now at Agape, and it was a transformational moment for you that came right through the screen to me, and that was a song I played in a video I watched day after day after day while I was applying for ministerial school, while I was putting it off, and then when I eventually applied. And so you were part of that journey, and you added it to your set list that night.
I did, for you, right?
For me, yeah. So, I mean, we got to do it, a little bit of it.
Does he know it?
Fred knows everything.
Everything's holy.
Oh,
You
the
wanted the band
jam,
at the
the
end?
jam.
Oh, you wanted the jam?
Yeah. Everything is holy now.
Yeah, I know. What was my jam? Well, I'll just make it up.
Everything is holy now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Come on.
Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Moving through me and you. I don't run good. Everything is holy now. Everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. 'Cause you are love, you are light, you are truth. You are joy, you are beauty, you are, yeah. Everything is holy now, yeah. Everything is holy now. Do you rap? No? Okay.
Take us into the prayer. We're into the prayer now because this is how we pray, right? We pray up,
Yes.
lifted.
Yes.
So I'm going to invite you into this morning. You have been called here for your awakening. Everything is holy now. And love is calling us. Love is calling us, and we answer as the presence of love in action. And for this truth that is us, we are so grateful for the knowing that there is one power, one presence animating each and every one of us in each and every moment. We are so grateful that we know this, because it is in the knowing that we bring forward the living. And it is the living, the truth we know, that is the gift of life, the gift of this day that God, as us, has made. We rejoice, we are glad in it. We are glad in one another, in this community, and in the unity movement. So we speak our prayers of appreciation, of gratitude for all that is, all that has been, and for all that is coming. We transmute it all for the as us, through us. And still we are grateful. So we rise as spirit in the world. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. You know what? Thank you for being here. We're figuring out how to do church right here, right? This is how it works. Everything's holy now.
Are we ending or going?
We're ending.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
That was a jam.
because we know.
It's how
We know this is how it goes. You never know what's going to happen when Jacquie steps up, right? But we know that this is true. Let's affirm together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the source of all good. Yes.
All right, we have some more. We have some more celebrating to do. Yesterday, our leadership council met for 5 hours for strategic planning session, and I'm telling you what, we accomplished so much vision, so much clarity, and we will be sharing it with you in October. We incorporated the community feedback survey that we did earlier this year, and some of our own inspiration, and brought it all together in a document. We're going to finesse it and refine it, and in October we'll be sharing it with you for some more feedback so that we can kick this thing off in January 2023. And now it is my great honor to install our leadership council. This is the next step in our process. They were elected in July, and today is the day that we are going to install them as the effective leaders of Unity Church of Overland Park. So I'm going to call them up. Angela Herman, serving as our chair. And as you come up, I would like for each of you to light a candle. Mr. Jim Crabtree, serving as vice chair. Deb Amendola, serving as treasurer. Kathy Fisher, serving as secretary. And Jim Skinner, member at large. And for those who don't know, Gary Hild, who has served 14 months on the council, has stepped down. He wants to focus time and he's also co-facilitating the men's group, Jim Crabtree. So they are lighting a candle from the area of the Christ candle. We light these candles to represent the one spirit. And you know what? There's one here for me because I too serve on the leadership council. There we go. So I'm gonna light my light. All right, I'm gonna need y'all to get on camera, so you're gonna have to come closer together. Oh, excellent. That's okay. There's space over here. Come on over. So you can see that the light, the Christ light, the light that we have lit from it, is strong and bright, for it represents the power and light within us all. As our current members are called forward, that's you. You have lit these candles to represent your own unique expression of that one Christ light. You are offering your talents, gifts, and your wisdom to our leadership team, and you bless us. You bless this community, you bless the history, and you bless our present, and you bless our future. Elected to the Leadership Council of Unity Church of Overland Park because the members of this community believe you to be worthy representatives, worthy leaders. They believe you possess the qualities of leadership, which will embrace and carry out our ministry's vision. Election to the council is both an honor and a privilege, and with this privilege comes personal and organizational responsibilities. So in accepting this position on the council, you are making a commitment both to serve and to lead our congregation according to our shared values and principles, including sharing your time, talents, and treasures. Do you so commit? Say yes. Every council member needs a deep commitment to their spiritual life. Do you have such a commitment? If a conflict arises between your position as a council member and your personal opinions, will you commit first to prayer? Second, to speaking only to the involved parties. And third, to acknowledge this conflict before the council and take positive measures to eliminate the conflict. Will you commit to support in a positive manner all actions initiated by the council, even when you are in a minority position on such actions? With full commitment and a bond of trust established by this ceremony, you are now duly installed as the Leadership Council of Unity Church of Overland Park for our annual year of 2022 to 2023. I invite our congregation to stand or raise your aura and extend our unity blessing. Warm those hands up and hold them out and say with me, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. Thank you to the Unity Church of Overland Park Leadership Council for your commitment and your service, and I'll invite you now to lead us in our vision statement.
Let us now speak the joint vision statement of the Unity Worldwide Ministries. Our vision world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
Thank you. You may take your seats, and it's time for some more music. We're gonna rise, we're gonna rise, we're gonna rise up.
Yes, this is for your leadership board and the leader in you, in your mission or vision, right? Spiritually awakened, so that means you're always saying yes to greater, deeper, and more. So I invite you in this song to just, open on up and let it move through you. Take a deep breath in. I close my eyes, I open my heart, I take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands, I plant my feet, I let love in, I feel the beat that's calling, calling, calling us to rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. I ready my soul, I clear my mind. I'm here and now, this is in present time. I feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Oh, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in. And you can sing as you feel it. Oh, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Love's calling. It's why we came. Love's calling, calling out your name. Love's calling. It's why we came. Come on and rise. Oh, rise. Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Oh, rise. Yes. Rise. Oh, Spirit, rise up. Rise in me. Come on and rise up. Rise up. Yeah, come on. Won't you sing rise up? Come on and rise up. Rise up. Yeah, you keep those going. Rise up. Come on and rise up. Come on, lift your hands up, jump. Reach the sky, gonna fly higher, yeah.
Rise up.
Come on, raise your voices, shout. Love is alive, bringing the light brighter, brighter. Come on, lift your hands up, jump. Reach the sky, gonna fly higher, yes. Come on, raise your voices, shout. Love is alive, bringing the light brighter, brighter. Come on and rise up. Come rise as me.
Faith.
So we're drawing things for a second.
Smooth as silk, wasn't it?
Oh, wait. Okay, the curtains are open.
Oh,
That means they can see
We're
us
on?
now. We're on.
okay.
We're on. So here we are.
Hi.
I see You lay it on thick with the Steelers.
Here's my
Wait.
Here's my reasoning for
Wait.
this.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Don't miss the joke. You lay it on thick.
Oh,
You lay it on.
Lay it on
You lay
thick.
it on. Thank you. Thank you. The drummer's gone for the. Yeah. Okay. All right. That was the joke today. Okay. Now explain yourself.
I thought this through because I know I'm in like the minority here in terms of even rooting for another team. Although I love the Chiefs, I really do. This is planned, isn't it?
Are you still talking about the Steelers?
But I think I'm the only one in this congregation who wore Chiefs garb in the preseason. All right, I showed up in preseason.
That is true.
And the Chiefs don't play today. So I thought this is a good day to just come all out with my hometown team and not take too much stuff from people. And really, all I'm doing, see, my mom, she just turned 93 this past week.
Oh, bringing your mom into it. Okay.
And she and my entire extended family are, of course, in Pittsburgh. I'm just trying to get back in the will, okay? That's all I'm doing today, all right?
Well, I'm gonna rat you out because you had the nerve this week, Thursday, game day this week, Thursday, I come into the office appropriately dressed in my Mahomes shirt to this lady wearing a Steelers shirt on that you weren't even playing that day.
I wasn't even thinking about Thursday night football, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah, her smile from ear to ear, just grinning.
It's fun.
It is fun. We have a good time, even though.
We do.
Even though.
Even though.
Love's calling.
I think it is. We're going to rise up into this here?
We're going to rise up into this. Do you think I could say it a few more times?
I think so.
Okay. So we're going to rise up into this. We're in week 3 of our healing series, Healing Mind, Body, Spirit. And as we were talking, I invited Reverend Eileen to join me for this talk for 2 reasons. One, we haven't done this. I've had other people up here in our conversation series and such, but we haven't done this together. And I'm like, what the heck?
What the heck?
Let's do this. And 2, you've now been here for 1 year.
I have.
Tuesday was your anniversary.
And you've now been here for 2 years.
And I've now been here for 2 years.
A week ago was her anniversary.
Yeah, last Saturday was my anniversary. So there's a lot of anniversaries happening right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
This is great.
I understand why there are so many Virgos. And we had a conversation, and okay, so what might we talk about?
And I still don't know.
No, but you did have an idea that
We did.
is where we got the description from. And that is what happens when healing doesn't work, when our healing practice doesn't work. Because it's a question we get a lot as ministers. It's a question that comes up in discussion groups. And so, well, we're going to tackle it. What happens when it doesn't work? So what you got?
What I got is when I think about that, when I'm asked or when I think about it for my own life, it only doesn't work when it's seen through my eyes as not working, seen through the individual's human experience eyes, because as has been done throughout the series by everyone who has been up here to offer lessons and commentary, is that it's not us, it's not me or you that do the healing, it's spirit. And that's perfection, that cannot fail. And my eyes come through a very human lens and filter. And so my work is to shift into what's happening here, or whatever kind of illness it might be. It's just a part of this experience. It's not a part of me. It's not a part of who I am. At my
Let's say
core.
that again. It's part of this experience. It's not a part of me and who I am.
Yes.
Yeah, that's powerful.
That's why when Faith was singing that song, and it was like, spirit rise up, rise in me. I mean, that's a great healing mantra in my opinion, because that's what I want. I want to have spirit rise in me and, offset, or work together with my human self, and that's the place I want to start anytime that I'm looking for or, wanting to have whatever kind of healing experience I might, desire in my life.
Yeah, and I think you're really touching at the core of it, because in our teachings, it's all about the power of the mind. to express spirit, and it's about the discipline of the mind, because we must discipline our mind in all of our experiences. And so, it makes me think about, like, if we have a bad knee, we focus on it because we have pain. Maybe we have to accommodate ourselves or adjust the way we do things, and it becomes ever present in our awareness, my bad knee. Meanwhile, the good knee is not getting any attention, but you got one bad one and one good one. Now, we don't want to practice the sort of inner violence of ignoring what needs our attention. We want to care for, nurture, and support. And the promise is in the good knee. So if we focus there and we can see it here, then we can see it here. So we already have a pattern for good knee, for what good knee means and how that expresses in our lives and what it feels like. But we bring all of our thought attention to what it feels like to be in pain. And what we focus on grows and increases. And it's feels like and sounds like a little trickery of the mind. And we must then be disciplined enough not to abuse ourselves in that mind training, in that mind discipline, so that then we don't get on ourselves for, well, you're just focusing on the bad. You're so terrible. You're so undisciplined. You're such a spiritual, immature person. Can't even get the basics. And that's not the case. That is actually advanced training to come face to face with our human experience, to accept it, to even welcome it and embrace it, and provide ourselves with the needs that we have in terms of nurturing and support, acceptance, and then to push through into what you're talking about. It's an experience. It is not who I am. I am not bad knee. You and all the cells right here are not bad. We have an audience of millions of cells in our body listening to everything we speak into them. Good knee, good knee. Thank you, thank you.
And something to add to that is, again, speaking for myself and from my own experiences, is that for me, focusing on pain, physical pain or otherwise, but I'll speak specifically to physical, helped me get to even recognize the good in anything, whatever the knee represents. Because when I've had physical pain years ago, because I've shared often that they're chronic illness, a fibromyalgia, and I was angry when I focused on the pain. I was ticked off at the world, at God, which I didn't even believe in sometimes during those harder years for me, and when I finally got to the place where I could just be with the pain and just say good morning to it, or, oh, you're there, totally shifted the energy that was going to the rest of my body. So I wasn't ignoring the good by being nice to the not so good. And so that helped me as well to not, because I was going to a place of ignoring it, not taking care of it, being angry with it, and so forth, and at it, and allowing it to take over my life, that it was a huge shift for me to be able to be in the same level of pain, but totally functioning in ways that I wasn't able to before, because I was thinking about it differently. I allowed myself to feel it without blaming myself for not deserving to be healthy, that this is what God is. Yeah, I'm not good enough, that kind of thing. When healing wasn't working and prayers, were a joke, kind of mentality. When all of that shifted for me, the pain was still there, and I had a long way to go to get to a place where I am today. But I got on the road, and I started to walk that path. And so I think it's a nice balance between both. Try to give some balanced focus, and don't be afraid to just recognize and acknowledge the pain, and just let it be your friend. Yeah. Let it be your friend, because that way it's living with me. I'm not living with it.
That's so powerful. It's living with me. This is experience as a guest in my house.
That's right.
And this is who I am, and being in that constant claiming of that. You know, it makes me think, the name of the series is Healing in Mind, Body, Spirit. It's not healing in mind or body or spirit. Decide what kind of healing you need, pick one. We're going to talk about all of them. It's what you just described is all of the above. It takes healing in mind, body, spirit, and sometimes our focus is on the physical healing. And so we determine whether it works or not based on the physical results of our prayer, of our affirmations, of our meditation, of our whatever kind of healing treatment we are engaging. But what you're describing is the healing in the mind, to know the truth of who you are in the midst of any circumstance and experience.
That was the key. For me, it was all about self-esteem. And when I got clear on that, everything else just came into place, challenges or not.
Yeah.
But I was able to start moving through life from that place first, that I'm worthy.
Yeah.
We're all worthy. We can't not be worthy. And until I believed that and got it out of my head, but also into my heart about me, then I could be nice to pain. Then I was open to finding God again. And when that happened, of course, everything changed, tremendously, being open to that power and presence. And it was interesting, totally unrelated conversation we were having a couple of weeks ago was on the Enneagram that Jackie's very involved in and has recently offered retreat. And I hadn't been involved with the Enneagram since seminary, so we're going back 15, 16 years. And so she was asking, well, where did you chart out, and went through it, and I couldn't remember. So I went into my old seminary boxes the other day, and I pulled out my class binder on the Enneagram, and I was just refreshing myself. But the last line I wrote in the research paper that was required in every class that we took really struck me that I didn't remember it, but it's been at play, especially in this healing process for me. The last line I wrote in my paper was, I need know nothing else in order for everything else to fall into divine and perfect order. And it had nothing to do with healing in terms of the context of my paper, but I read that, it's like, man, that's pretty good. You wrote that, And it must have sunk in because, again, without affirming it or saying it over and over again for the last 15 years or so, that it has been at work. I don't need to know what healing's going to look like. I don't need to know what my prayers are going to look like or what the response is going to look like. I just don't need to know anything for everything to fall into order.
That's beautiful. It reminds me of Myrtle Fillmore. She said, or wrote, the practice is to center our thoughts in mind and shut the door, which means shutting out all other thoughts. So you're centering in your mind on the truth, on the activity of healing, of expression of wholeness, and you shut out all other thoughts. Shut the door, shut the door. And then she says, your job is to get right into it. And she's talking about your body. Get right into it. That is the important thing. Your healing is the important thing. And that's what you're saying. I need know nothing else. So we shut out the chatter. We shut out, the Google results. We shut it out. Shut it out. Conflicting medical opinions, your mother's opinion, your sister's opinion. Shut it out. Get right into your body, your mind, your spirit, and allow God to speak through you as you. And then trust.
And I don't want to sound as if this was like overnight.
Right.
It wasn't for me. I don't think it is for a lot of people. Sometimes that's the hardest work comes after the acceptance and the awareness and the grounding and the reawakening to the truest essence of who we are. Because then it's okay, now put that to use. Because you still are, I still am in this human experience. There is still experiences I'm going to have, so it doesn't negate everything else from ever coming that's going to be unpleasant or difficult at times, and it doesn't immediately take away whatever you're experiencing in the moment, but it certainly opens the path and opens the door a lot wider. So again, it took me probably 3 or 4 years before I got from the place of being so angry at illness to finding God again. But it was a constant forward movement towards that, and that made a big difference.
And those 3 years are part of the journey.
Absolutely.
It's not a 3-year failure period. It's not a 3-year, you were out of alignment with your higher self.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that. Those 3 years, we only measure the years. Spirit doesn't measure the years. So it's all part of the journey. And so when we move from one phase in the journey to another, one place of awareness to another, we must stay in that nurturing and that gentleness. Otherwise, why would we beat ourselves up along the way?
Yeah.
That's a terrible way to live. That's a terrible way to treat a unique, unrepeatable expression of the one holy presence in the universe. Right? I don't want to end without you sharing, because in some of our conversations, you talked about the period of time where you noticed something very strange. Well, not that one, a different one.
Oh, different one. Okay. There's a lot of strangeness in my life, I guess.
There was the time you got chased by the famous duck, but we're not going to talk about that
another
today.
time.
That's another day. But ask her sometime about how she got attacked by a famous duck. And that's literally the story.
Yeah, it is.
So, moving on.
Yes.
The other story.
The other story. I had just gotten into Unity maybe 3 months prior, and had been living with the physical pain and so forth for a number of years. And I went to church and came home, and I was just kind of doing my normal Sunday routine. And I'm moving around my home, and I'm thinking, man, what is wrong? Something's off. I don't feel right. What's going on? And I just kept doing a thing, and it just kept coming back to me, like, what is wrong? And then in a minute or a moment, it struck me. I was not in pain. That's what was wrong. So that gives you an idea of how present the pain was in my life and the power it had in my life to have it not be there and think that's wrong, something's off. And I didn't know what to do, at first, but then I was doing everything. I was reaching up to the highest cabinets. I couldn't do it before. I couldn't get my arm to do that. I got my briefcase that I carried to work at that time, went outside down the steps of my apartment, and I jogged back up the steps, which I couldn't do before. I was bending down, just doing knee bends. I was just doing everything with my body that I couldn't easily do before. And it was pretty cool. And I called my doctor immediately the next morning. He says, come in. And he gave me the full exam, and he's poking and prodding and just touching things that would make me jump and moan and whatnot, and nothing was happening. And he's like, you don't have it. There's no evidence of the fibromyalgia here anymore. And he said, I don't know why, but just know that right now it's not here. And I said, okay. And so that lasted for 60 days exactly. And on the 61st day, I woke up, and it was back. So I more slowly started to reach the cabinets again and didn't jog up the stairs anymore. But for 60 days, it was gone. And you don't think I had some questions for God about that one? But I had found unity, and I knew that that was a path that was going to help me. And so I didn't go back to the anger. I didn't go back to the why. Why not? Why'd you do this? What was the point of this for 60 days? And 16 years later, it's still with me, But what I found out, for me, the message, again, over time, not in 2 or 3 days after that all happened, it was like, I didn't do anything in church differently that day. I had no prayer. I had no desire for healing, and it still happened. It's possible. And even if I don't do anything, Spirit's rising in me in ways I can never predict, know, sometimes even appreciate. And so that's why today It's rare that anybody thinks that anything's wrong with me by the way I move or whatnot. I share as I need to or want to, but nobody would know that that chronic illness is still a part of my life. And it knows that the door's still open. It can leave anytime. And it can stay. And that's a happy balance for me.
Well, it's so important because you're not creating your identity with it.
Not
And
anymore.
it lives with me, and the door's open for it to move right back out. And so you're not self-identifying as, integrating it into your being. Yeah. You're keeping it very separate. And, to me, it works when you work it. Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman, it works when you work it. Works if you work it. And you gave an example of like you weren't actually actively working it and it went away, but you had been. And so when we have an activity in our being, it doesn't always have to be in our conscious awareness, which is why it's so important to be aware of what is in our unconscious awareness, what we're packing away, what we're sort of repressing or just letting it be and do its work within us silently. Yeah. And then when it comes back, you continue to work it. Okay, well,
let's go.
I'm going to leave that door open and it can go back on out. And if it chooses to stay there, it stays right there. I'm still me. I'm still the presence of wholeness. I'm still the presence of spirit in the world. And I got work to do.
That's right. I mean, to the day I die, I hope I'm driving the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoever wants to get on the bus, get on, but I'm going to drive.
Yeah.
I want to be like the Queen, Betty White, to the last living day. They're working, they're on purpose, they're giving and offering and serving, and it doesn't matter what is going on, in this body or whatever else. Just show up.
That's the power of life.
That is.
Right? The power of 1,000 suns. Working in us, through us, and that is the power of now, of being in this moment. Because in this moment, you have all that you need. You don't need to know anything else.
Or everything else.
Yes.
To fall into perfect and divine order.
I don't need to know anything else for everything else to fall into perfect divine order. That is the power of now.
That is the power of now. Faith is going to move us in to some meditation time.
Power of now is always present, nowhere to be. Then where you are, the power of now flows oh so gracefully. Power of now is always perfect, nothing to be. Then who you are, the power of now flows oh so beautifully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now.
So we center in to this time and space, this now, this power this presence. I invite you to gently soften your gaze, or if it's comfortable for you, to close your eyes. Feel the presence of your body temple. Allow the millions of cells within you to ignite with life, with spirit, with truth, with the knowing of wholeness. Don't let the mind begin to debate. If it does, notice. Invite it to listen to the presence of truth in you. Shut the door to any thought that is not your wholeness. Get your mind and spirit right into your body, this one sacred temple, yours, in which to live this human experience. Love it. It is home to your beautiful face, by which people recognize you uniquely as the face of God. Your beautiful hands, which care, cook, nourish, nurture, love, build, make, create. Your internal organs, which do the work of living without you even thinking about it. Creating energy in your physical body. Rest in your physical body. Your amazing legs and feet, which allow you to move as the presence of God on this earth. This sacred body temple, which dances the dance that is you, is yours for the making. Making your relationship with it, your expression in it, your peace in it. So if there is anything in your body, any space or place in it in which you don't feel peace, you don't feel aligned with how it chooses to express, we let it be with us. Because while we assign identity to one another in the physical body, that is not our true identity. So we breathe peace into those spaces and places in the body in which we don't feel alignment. We don't feel wholeness. We don't feel the expression of health. We simply allow that to be, for the healing is not in the body or the mind or the spirit, but it is in the body, mind, spirit. The healing is the moment you release all that you are into the truth of wholeness. So we invite this moment to be present now. And we release into the knowing of wholeness.
Rest in our wholeness. In the now.
Leaky.
You got leaky.
Yeah, thank you.
Power of now. Each moment is the only moment we've got, right? It's right now. We have a moment that we dedicate in every service that we offer. And it's a moment to express our gratitude, our appreciation for all that you do that helps us do all that we do. And so this morning especially, I mean, if we added up the hours of volunteer time, the measurement of energy, the folks who have traveled hundreds of miles to be here with us and share their gifts. It's incredible what we can do when we come together. And so we're coming together in this moment to bless our offering, to bless our volunteers and the time that is spent in service to this community, to bless the very ways that, as Reverend Jackie said, I'm not going to get this right, but we're all this unique, individualized expression of spirit, and it comes forth in so many different ways through the talents and the gifts that you share. So let's do this together. We take our offerings, whether in our hands, hold them in our hearts, and we share together the blessing by speaking aloud the words that are now before you. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am joy-filled and grateful.
Is that the name of the song? What does it mean?
Yeah, you should go now. Sorry, we're finishing rehearsal.
Ooh, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Is that part? Oh, okay.
1, 2,
The love
3.
continues. There's a song I originally wrote with Harold Payne for Association for Global New Thought. It's about what Reverend Eileen said about the power we have when we come together. Yes. Something great is happening. Love has taken hold and it won't let go of us now.
Something great is happening. Forward, upward motion. We're drops in the ocean. Roll on.
Will you rise up with me today?
Lift up my voice.
Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make the difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Right now. Yeah, you can get up if you want. Yep. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing to feel your passion blazing and shining. Yes.
And with every vision and dance, a new direction, explode to new heights right now.
I will rise up with you today.
Lift up my voice.
Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones that can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for your greatness. Let's stand together now. Right now. Ooh.
One voice, one heart, one word.
One dream, one voice, one heart, one word, one dream, one voice, one heart, one world. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating.
It's a moment for our greatness. Let's dance together now. Oh, ooh.
Wow, wow, wow. We are so blessed. Thank you, Faith. Thank you to the band. Thank you to Fred. Thanks to all who made this wonderful music possible. This month, we are acknowledging a new volunteer team, the Sunday Counters. This team receives and processes the financial offerings received each week. They begin and end their time in prayer, affirming God as our source, and expressing gratitude for the generosity of so many. Let's join together to offer our gratitude.
All right, good morning, everybody. We just have a few announcements. The first is that the Folks with Faith group is going to be meeting. Sorry, I forgot to do that. They'll be meeting this coming Saturday at Sarco Park at 10:30 in the morning. And also our Yarn Blessings group will be meeting tomorrow evening here at the Plex Pod at 6 o'clock p.m. Also, you can purchase your book for the upcoming Fall Faith series in the cafe, and you also can sign up to participate in small groups at the tables in the cafe. So be sure to stop by after the service. Also, you can meet with Faith. There is a table set up next to the prayer table with some of her products, and you can also meet her and say hello. And you also can grab a bite to eat in the cafe after our service, and then join June for her wonderful workshop in the Idea Lab, and that starts at 11:45 in the morning.
Sounds like a full slate.
There's a lot going on.
So please join with me now in speaking our mission statement together. Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. And join us next week as Reverend Eileen offers the final installment of our healing series with a lesson titled, The Heart of Healing. Now, let's welcome our children. There they are.
Good morning, everybody. So today I had my 3 regulars, coming in back. We had a good time. We got a lot of energy out, just had a good time. But Henry's going to talk about what they did in YOU.
Good morning, everyone. So in YOU today, we talked about the Suit of Swords, which deals a lot with conflict and conflict resolution. So we talked about that and, how we can take care of ourselves and the people we love through that.
And then I also wanted to bring up that we do have Spooktacular creeping up on us here relatively soon. So I just wanted to come up here and talk about a few things. You'll notice that there are 2 different sign-up sheets in the back for Spooktacular. And we have 2 different ways that we're going to kind of have volunteers help us with this. So there's one back there for our volunteer committee. And so if you are willing and able, if you guys are able to meet with us, we'll be meeting once a week leading up to this event to plan and to go buy things and yada, yada, yada. And if you are willing to dedicate that time with me and Henry, you can sign up for that one. If you're not able to make that commitment, that's totally fine, but you still really, really want to help out, you can sign up for the other sheet, which is the day of. So that one, we expect you to come in early and help us set up the whole event if you are still wanting to help out but can't make the full commitment to meet once a week. So please at least just go check those out, or if you know someone that is totally down to help out, tell them about it. Those sign-up sheets will be up there. The day of one will be there probably until the event, but the committee one we are probably only going to keep open this week, next week, and maybe the week after. So if you're willing to and able to do that, please put all of your info on there, and we will get to messaging you about that here soon, because we are very excited. It's going to be even bigger and better than last year. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. So please stand and join us for our closing song.
It's all you, Faith, Kate. Yeah.
Okay, so hi. So, first request. Oh, good. Well, my request was for you to be here during the song, and you are, so there, my dream came true. Yay, so you can sing after me. The second is I did the heart cards yesterday. It's pretty amazing and fun. So that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to go play again, and I hope you do too. So yay, thank you. I love you. Thank you, Rev Jacquie, and this amazing band here, and we're going to sing together, and you can simply sing after me, bounce around, and I'm challenge you. You don't have to stay in your aisle, okay? Just like we have a great dance space. So here we go. Here we go. What? Together we take a stand for love. I'll show you. Here it goes. Together we make a change for good. Together we break the chains of sorrow. Together we live the truth. Okay, kids, and you start going a little crazy. Together, what do? We raise our voice for peace. Together, we sing and jump for joy. Together, we move, we groove, yeah, we dance. Together, we live the truth. And here's the truth. In every part of me, there's a part of you. Oh yeah, all right. And when I'm loving me, I'm loving you. Oh yeah, all right. Today we live the truth, and the future's bright. Together we walk our talk with spirit. Together we boldly shape our dreams. Together we share a life of freedom. Oh, together we live the truth. And you can sing the truth with me. Come on, you guys gotta. Oh, every part of me is a part of you. Oh yeah, all right. And when I'm loving me, I'm loving you. Oh yeah, all right. Today we live the truth, and the future's bright. The future's bright. We live and breathe as one. We're in the bridge. With kindness and compassion, we free our love. Free your love. We free our light, your light. We free the truth, and the future's bright. Together we take a stand for love. Together we make a chain for good. Together we break the chains of sorrow. Together we live the truth. Okay, come on, you gotta get crazy with me. Come on. In every part of me, there's a part of you. Oh yeah, all right. And when I'm loving me, I'm loving you. Oh yeah, all right. Today we live the truth, and the future's bright. Together, the future's bright.
for all of you. I love you.
Join me in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go cultivate the power of now in your lives this week, beloveds.